I'm Jason, the world is yours, and today we have a story about David Cross appears to trash Dave Chappelle and Bill Maher for complaining about cancel culture. Comedian and actor David Cross slammed fellow comedians who are worried about being canceled, saying they be and moan. During a recent interview with MSNBC, Cross complained about certain comedians who are trying to brand themselves as heroes of free speech by railing against cancel culture. He specifically mentioned comedians who make jokes about trans people, a dig that seemed directed at comedians Dave Chappelle and Bill Maher. Oh, I didn't know Bill Maher was talking about trans people, who have caused controversy for not pulling their punches against the LGBTQ community. That's interesting. Cross stated that they should drop their cancel culture fight and stop with the jokes that hurt hundreds of thousands of people. During the latest episode of Salon Talks, the Arrested Development star and anti-Trump stand-up comic took aim at his colleagues, saying all the comics be and moan about, they're trying to cancel me for this joke I made. Most of the time it's a nothing joke and it doesn't matter. Further belittling comedians' fight against cancel culture, David Cross stated, and now you are positioning yourself as this bull voice of they're not going to cancel me. You can't silence me for what? Your dumb jokes that about trans people. Who gives a S? He continued asking, it is important that people... Is it that important to you? Just move on and not hurt, hundreds of thousands of people. Cross dismissive account of certain comedians dealing with cancel culture seemed to overlook the consequences stemming from Dave Chappelle's anti-trans jokes. For instance, Chappelle jokes have prompted venues to cancel his stand-up shows last minute and resulting in Netflix employees striking at company headquarters to get the streaming platform to remove his specials. Dave Chappelle was even attacked during one of his LA shows in 2022. The attack happened amongst the campaign to cancel Chappelle, though no official connection between the attacker and the aggrieved LGBTQ supporters were made. Someone asked Cross whether fans had ever come up to Cross after the show complaining about his jokes, to which he said, yeah. Okay. He said, yeah, oh yeah, yeah, absolutely. It was something where it was like they're talking about the phrase the N-word or something, and this woman was black. She explained why it upset her, and I explained why I thought it was kind of defending it and the idea behind it. Cross claimed the two women who came up to him, the two of them came up to an agreement, and after a longer conversation, but insisted he has no problem just dropping those kinds of jokes to appease sensitive crowds. He said, and it doesn't hurt me, it doesn't affect me in any way to not do that line. Elsewhere, he added, now that I have the information, I can see her point of view. Why would I continue to do it just to be some hero of free speech? Oh, okay. Interesting. Now, am I going to give my opinion on this? Not really, obviously there are red lines when it comes to jokes and comedy, right? We all know that. I don't think that's what Bill Maher and Dave Chappelle are necessarily fighting for, or saying that, they believe that, hey, making a joke, which is what it is, just a joke about the LGBTQ community, I think they feel like that's a part of their stand-up. And do I think all jokes are funny about the LGBTQ community? No. Do I think all jokes are funny about black community? No. Do I think all jokes are funny about the white community? No. I think what Dave Chappelle and Bill Maher are saying, like, the thing about society is that when you become normal, you have to be able to have a sense of humor. I think that's basically my opinion about that conversation. Now, I mean, like I said, there are some jokes that are clearly over the red line for any community, for any human, they're just over the line. It's in bad taste and it's not even funny, right? That's my main thing. Is it funny? I think that's what a lot of comedians want to say first. Is a joke funny? That's the most important thing. If it's a funny joke, then you should be allowed to say it. But if it's offensive, there's a difference between being funny and offensive, right? And I think a lot of people have to realize that not everybody's offended by everything. So something that may offend me, I don't laugh. That's just how how it is. I'm not really into canceling because one line doesn't make me laugh and 99 lines do. Some things that I find funny, other people don't find funny. Some things that I find offensive, other people don't find offensive. Right? So let me know your opinion of this story. Are you into do you agree with David Cross' opinion on this, that these comedians should just drop the acts about certain people in the LGBTQ community, or are you more like, hey, it's comedy, don't cross the red line, because it offends me, I'm not really into canceling it, I just don't find it funny. But some things that obviously do offend you, and you're like, hey, it should be canceled. But let me know your opinion of this story. I'm Jason. The world is yours. Today we had a story about David Cross appears to trash Dave Chappelle and Bill Maher for complaining about cancel culture. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the $1 donation button, and please tune in to the next video on this channel. Thanks a million for watching.